In a grand kingdom, a land shaped by divine law, justice, and mercy, the king was known throughout the land for being fair, kind, and deeply loving toward his people. Because he cared so much about peace and safety, the king made a clear law and said,
Anyone who committed a serious crime would face severe punishment and be scourged to death.
This law applied to everyone, rich or poor, powerful or weak. The people trusted the king. They believed he would always do what was right, even when it was difficult. Then one day, something shocking happened. The king's own son violated the law, stealing a vast treasure from the kingdom's sacred vault. News spread quickly, and the entire kingdom waited in silence. People wondered what the king would do. If he ignored the crime, the law would lose its meaning. But if he punished his son, the pain would be unbearable. The scene shifted to the outskirts of the city, beyond the stone walls, to a place the kingdom used for judgment and punishment. The king's son was dragged forward into the punishment area. King's soldiers stood nearby, firm and unmoved, as the sentence was declared. Death by scourging. The king ordered the sentence to be carried out. At a distance, yet clearly visible to all, stood the king himself. As his son was led forward, the king stood up from his throne. He walked toward his son and spoke calmly and said,
The law must be upheld, but my love for you would not fail.
Then, to everyone's amazement, the king took his son's place. The king accepted the death punishment himself, so his son could go free. The crowd stood in stunned silence. Justice had been honored, and mercy had been shown. The law was not ignored. It was fulfilled through sacrifice. Faces in the crowd were filled with sorrow and awe. Some covered their mouths in disbelief, others lowered their heads, unable to hold back tears. A heavy grief settled over the people as they realized the cost of what had been done. From that day on, the people saw their king differently. He was not only just and powerful, but loving beyond measure, willing to suffer to save those he loved. And the king's son lived, broken and weeping, his cries echoing as he realized the depth of his father's love and the cost of the mercy he had been given. This story points us to a greater truth. Just as the king was willing to sacrifice out of love for his son, God shows his unending love for us in this way. Though we deserved death for our sins, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, came to earth, took our punishment upon himself, died in our place, and rose again on the third day so that we might receive forgiveness, salvation, and new life. That is the power of sacrificial love, and it is a love that continues to change lives today.